It's senior night for the men's basketball team as they compete in their last home game of the regular season.
A look back on this season and how fans are looking forward to this last match. Good evening, I'm Leah Gibson.
And I'm Amanda Tejan. We're one step closer to picking the next resident of the White House. After a huge Super Tuesday, we have some legitimate frontrunners for both parties.
Chandler Morgan joins us now for a recap on last night's primaries. Chandler?
It left a solid win for two candidates. However, the Republican Party has just seen another candidate drop out of the race. Dr. Ben Carson announced the suspension of his campaign just hours ago, with the results of the primaries playing a huge role in his decision. Taking a look at the Republican results, Trump took away the victory, winning the states of Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Vermont, and Virginia. Candidate Ted Cruz only walked away winning states of Alaska, Oklahoma, and Texas. But Hillary Clinton was a majority winner for the Democratic Party with Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. Bernie Sanders won the states of Colorado, Minnesota, Oklahoma, and securing Vermont as expected. With all these results settling in, I got a chance to see what students on campus had to say about these outcomes. With the primary results locked in, students across campus are now sharing their opinions and concerns. ASB Senator Andrew Soper took to Facebook and shared his thoughts on the victories and losses.
I was kind of disappointed on it because I really wanted Ted Cruz to win. Donald Trump did really good in the SEC states. I was a Donald Trump supporter until recently when I did in-depth research on all the candidates. I wanted a candidate who wants to be president of the United States, who has been consistent on all the values, Christianity, all the conservative values that all of it holds. Ted Cruz has done that.
Donald Trump's path to the nomination remains more likely. And that would be a disaster for Republicans.
Student athlete and Canada native Eddie Murphy also shared his discoveries as the election year continues.
It's interesting because Canadian elections are only like 70 days, our political elections, so it's really short. It's a really short process. I wasn't surprised on the results. I knew that Trump was going to come out on top. Same on the Democratic side. I thought Hillary was going to win pretty much everywhere in the South. I knew Bernie pretty much had the Northeast on lockdown, but it wasn't a big surprise for me.
I think either one or two things are going to happen. Either Donald Trump's going to decline or he's just going to keep on rolling through and being the dominant person in the Republican Party.
NewsWatch reached out to our Twitter followers to see if Super Tuesday went as they expected, and the majority of the votes said it did. Next week marks Mississippi's time to shine, March 8th being the state's official primary. Amanda?
Thanks, Chandler. The Super Tuesday behind us, the chaotic GOP race is gearing up for another debate Thursday night in Detroit. Reporter Madison Van Zyl went out to see what some Ole Miss students and faculty had to say about it.
Republican frontrunner Donald Trump claimed a victory over 7 of 11 states that voted on Super Tuesday, the biggest election event in the presidential primary. Ole Miss graduate student Clint Gannon believes the Trump train cannot be stopped.
This primary is nearly over. It's Donald Trump's to lose, and you can't beat him. You can only slow him down at this point, I believe.
Here at Ole Miss, political science students and faculty are eagerly anticipating the GOP debate Thursday night. Donald Trump unexpectedly agreed to participate in the debate with Megyn Kelly as the moderator. Political science professor Ben Jones sees Trump's expected presence as a power move.
And so I think Trump agreeing to the debate with Megyn Kelly is going to bring all eyes back to Trump. And so all the stories going into the debate and all the stories going out of the debate are going to be about Trump and Megyn Kelly, and Cruz and Rubio and the other candidates are just going to fall by the wayside.
Even though Trump retains a strong presence in the race, Gannon still isn't counting the other Republican candidates out completely yet.
Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio have to attack Donald Trump to stymie him from getting to the 1,200. They can't get to the magic number themselves, but tomorrow night's debate gives them a chance to knock down Trump where he can't get to the magic number either.
Madison Van Zyl, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
And if you're more interested in the Democratic debate, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders will take the stage next March 9th on CNN.
Back here on campus, the Pavilion has had a good first year, but tonight is the end of the regular men's basketball season. It's also a big night because it's senior night. Daniela Oropeza is live at the Pavilion for the latest on tonight's matchup against Mississippi State. Daniela?
Thank you, Leah. I'm here at the Pavilion where the Ole Miss Rebels will host the Mississippi State Bulldogs in the final home game of the regular season. In the previous matchup, the Ole Miss Rebels fell short to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. However, key players such as Sebastian Saiz and Stephon Moody were not there. Today, I spoke with a few fans about their thoughts on tonight's game and how they feel about this year's seniors.
We'll definitely win. First time we got state in the Pavilion, so it'll be exciting, and I feel like Moody, probably 32 points will win by at least 15, I'm guessing.
I am really excited. I'm probably going to be here around 4 so I can get in early because they're giving the shirts out, and I really want a shirt. And I really want to get courtside.
Tonight we celebrate senior night. Seniors Tomas Diallo, Martavius Newby, Anthony Perez, and Stephon Moody will be honored as they suit up for the last regular home game at the Pavilion.
When I got here 3 years ago, Marshall Henderson was playing, and he was kind of like the splash guy, and everyone would go to see him. But now it's a little more of a holistic program. People want to come. They want to see Moody. They want to see Saiz. They want to see Yellow play. It's not just one guy anymore.
Last Monday, the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame announced the finalists for the Ceasefire Howell Trophy. Reigning trophy holder Stephon Moody is once again a finalist alongside Mississippi State's Gavin Ware and Quindary Witherspoon.
So he's a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, originally, when I got here, it was all about Marshall Henderson, but just the next year we had Stephon Moody stepping up, shooting those big threes that everybody likes to see. Leading scorer of the team, really kind of brings it all together.
Out of Stephon, I'm thinking 20-point game, 10 rebounds. I'm thinking triple-double. He's got to go triple-double. If he doesn't, we're kind of going to be on the edge, but if he goes triple-double, we'll win for sure.
Gates opened at 4:30 and fans have already piled in. Tune in tomorrow at 5 and catch highlights from Rebel Watch reporter Kate Robinson. Daniela Oropeza, NewsWatch Ole Miss. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Daniela. Have you ever found yourself struggling to find a parking spot on the square? Well, the City of Oxford hopes to remedy that soon. The city has proposed a new parking garage for the popular shopping area. If approved, the garage will be located in one of 3 proposed spots near the square. The commission is pushing hardest for a spot behind City Hall on the corner of Jackson Avenue East and South 15th Street. Some students have expressed their concern that the new parking garage will diminish the quaint feel of the square. Others think that it will be beneficial to the city's ever-growing population.
It's already March, and that means Women's History Month is back. Ole Miss kicked off the month-long celebration with a Women's Empowerment Awards ceremony. The ceremony, held yesterday in Fulton Chapel, celebrated the women on campus. The second annual event featured actress Jasmine Guy as the keynote speaker. Guy is best known for her role as Whitley Gilbert on The Cosby Show. She believes the key to success for women is working together rather than competing against one another. At the end of the event, the Women's Inspirational Award was given to health educator and advisor T. Davis. And another popular face was spotted at Oxford Church this afternoon. Head football coach Hugh Freeze spoke to a crowd of over 200 at the Oxford University United Methodist Church. Freeze spoke as part of the church's Lenten Luncheon series. He told listeners that God has specific plans in their lives and they should live every day through Christ. The luncheon series began on February 17th and has featured a new speaker each Wednesday in the church's activity center. The series will continue through March 16th. Audio recordings of all speakers, including Freeze, can be found on the OUU-MC's website.
Is solar power on its way to the Mississippi coast?
Plus, a fight club in prison. We've got all this coming up. But first, Abby McIntosh has your first look at current conditions.
Good evening, Oxford. Yesterday we saw wind, rain, and even colder temperatures, and even though we saw the sun today, the rain is going to return. Coming up in Stormwatch, I'll show you when to expect storms. Stay tuned. NewsWatch, we'll be right back.
Good evening, everybody.
Today, taking a look at our current conditions, we are at 53 degrees with partly cloudy skies. This weather is actually a drastic improvement from what we saw yesterday with those heavy storms, wind, and even colder temperatures after those storms blew through our area. And even though we saw the sun today, unfortunately, the rain is going to return during the overnight hours and is going to stick with us into parts of tomorrow. Taking a look at our current satellite image, we do have some clouds over our area, and there are clouds even extending into parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma, and these clouds are actually part of that storm system that we're going to see over the next 24 hours. But if there's any good news you can take out of this rain, that this rain is not part of a cold front. So after these storms move through our area, we won't be seeing any cooler temperatures. Taking a look at our current temperatures across the region, we are in the 50s. South Haven's at 52, Oxford, Holly Springs, and Tupelo are at 53, while Corinth is the coldest at 51 degrees. And taking a look at tomorrow's high temperatures, we're actually going to be kind of all over the place. We'll be in the 60s and 50s. South Haven will be at 60 degrees, Oxford will be at 56, Tupelo at 58, and Corinth will be the coldest yet again at 53 degrees. Taking a look at tonight's conditions, we're going to cool down to 42 degrees. We're going to start off with partly cloudy skies, and then we're going to transition into thunderstorms. It will be windy out there with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But I guess the good news is that these storms do not have the potential to be severe. They do have the potential to dump some inches of rain on our area, but do make sure that if you are out and about tonight, you have the umbrella, rain jacket, rain boots, whatever you need in case you get caught in the middle of one of these storms. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, will warm up to 56 degrees, which is actually about normal for this time of year. The scattered thunderstorms are going to continue, and like tonight, these storms do not have the potential to be severe, but they do have the potential to be heavy. It will be windy out there with winds out of the west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So like tonight, do make sure that you have the umbrella, rain jacket, rain boots, whatever you need in case you get caught in the middle of one of the storms. And taking a look at our extended 5-day forecast, we really just have to get through tonight and tomorrow with the rain, and then the sun is going to return on Friday, kind of launching us into the weekend. And even starting on Friday, our temperatures are going to gradually warm up until we get to the early parts of next week, until we kind of stall out in the mid-50s. But on Tuesday, the clouds return, rain chances go up as another cold front begins to move through our area.
Man, so you're telling me that I'm going to have to bring my winter jacket back out?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it'll be a little colder tomorrow, but the temperatures are going to warm up, and so it'll be really pleasant for the next few days after the rain moves through.
Okay, so I can have a good weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a gorgeous weekend.
Gorgeous weekend.
Yes.
So maybe go to the park, hang out with some
friends.
Oh
yeah, it would be a gorgeous weekend to do that.
Okay, I could probably ride a bike as well.
That would be great.
Okay, we'll do that. When we come back, Kristen Banks will tell you about a new Rebel who could be the leader of the Landshark defense come this fall. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Rebel Watch. I'm Kristen Banks. The Rebels begin preparing for the 2016 football season today. The Rebels head into spring ball coming off one of the most exciting seasons in school history, including a Sugar Bowl appearance for the first time since 1970, where the Rebels beat Oklahoma State 48-20. The Rebels welcome back 61 lettermen and 8 position starters from last season, as well as adding the number 6 recruiting class. There will be no spring game this year due to construction at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. But in good news, Ole Miss added some depth to the linebacker position. The Rebels picked up an Oregon State linebacker. Ralmo Mangyao plans to come to Ole Miss as a graduate transfer over the summer. Mangyao will immediately be eligible to play this fall. He appeared in 36 games over the last 3 seasons with the Beavers, racking up 2 interceptions, 157 tackles, 7.5 of those were a loss, and 2 forced fumbles. Mangyao will compete with senior Terry Caldwell and junior DeMarquis Gates for playing time at middle linebacker this fall. Tonight, the men's basketball team takes on Mississippi State in the Pavilion. It will be the last home game of the regular season. When the Rebels played the Bulldogs back in January, they lost 83-77 in Starkville, playing without Stephon Mooney, Martavius Newby, and Tomas Giello. Tonight, Ole Miss will honor seniors Tomas Giello, Martavius Newby, Stephon Mooney, and Anthony Perez at halftime. Tip-off will be at 6 p.m. in the Pavilion. Ole Miss gained another addition to the family today. Head coach Mike Bianco announced this morning that former Rebel pitcher Brett Huber has been named Director of Operations for the Ole Miss baseball program. Huber was a 4-year letterman for the Diamond Rebels, setting a team record of 38 saves during his career. In his final year at Ole Miss, Huber struck out 26 batters and held opponents to a .181 batting average. In the 2013 MLB draft, Huber was drafted in the 31st round by the Detroit Tigers, spending a year in the minor league system. He returns to Oxford after working for 2 years as a pitching coordinator and office administrator for the Pirates Baseball Club. Huber showed his excitement by saying, "I cannot express how excited I am for the opportunities to work with the best staff in the country. When I was 18 years old and walked on campus, I fell in love, and now I'm back in red and blue. Hotty toddy." Now, let's go back over to the court. The first round of the 2016 SEC Women's Basketball Tournament started today in Jacksonville at Veterans Memorial Arena. Ole Miss, seated at 14th in the tournament, lost 74-59 to the 11th seed Vanderbilt. Chandrika Sessom led the way with 17 points, and Breda Hart had 13 points. Hart also had a team best of 7 rebounds and a career best of 4 blocks. The Rebels end the season with a 2-14 SEC record. But looking ahead, all of the Ole Miss players will return for the 2016-2017 campaign. Currently over at Swayze Field right now, the Rebels lead the Memphis Tigers 9-6 in the top of the 7th inning. Freshman pitcher James MacArthur was pulled in the 3rd inning after allowing 4 runs, and the Tigers would score 2 more runs after his departure. The Rebels wouldn't back down and would score 7 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to take the lead 7-6. That's all for Rebel Watch today. To keep up to date on all sports, follow us on Twitter at rebel_watch. Coming up, breaking up is hard to do, but a new group is trying to make things a little bit easier. Stay tuned. NewsWatch will be right back.